Let me just test this mic there. 1 2 1 2. You hear me right?
Attention
Loud
all
and
bakers,
clear.
double
Great,
spenders
thanks.
and roti makers. Try our high-quality bromate-free, all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Low price and
here we go.
conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices,
Wait,
contact
Patos,
Chiquisho Limited
we ain't play, we got so long to ask
665-3336
Moody.
or 4808715 or visit us at
Yeah.
Warrenville, Canupia.
Boss, just check the
Chiquisho
back there with
Limited,
it, Mike.
quality you can trust.
For the everyday lowest
Well, again,
prices on all grocery items,
jacket pull up?
trust low-cost
that is how it is.
supermarkets
That is, we
for
call
the
our sexy
widest
back.
variety of quality products
Right,
at
here we
low
go.
prices. Freshly picked fruits
Nobody
and
ever see my back?
vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high-quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service.
How much
Low-cost
time you have again?
supermarket, Sun and Main Road, Kunupia.
2 ads again.
Tonight is good. Telecom Authority will write me tomorrow for show. You have the video with the school children there, no morning, right?
Yeah.
All right, good. There you go. Yeah, hello. I'm going
At
live
Extra
in
Foods,
2
we
minutes,
care
so I
for
can't
you.
talk right now.
That's why we always have the widest variety, the best price,
Oi.
spacious aisles of total
Hey,
convenience.
all you have my mic
plus
going
clean,
outside,
safe
fellas.
surroundings.
Everybody here.
Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
Children and Filipino. Shots go. 5 million drug bust in 90.
Do I look to you like an insecure man?
Yeah, well, well, I had a preview of the program before. Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everybody. What happened is that I had a little 1 minute extra with the program before it started. Humbly apologize. What happened is that we were just testing mics and what happened is that minor thing, a minor hiccup. What happened is that at the end of the day, we're on. Thank you so much. You see, it's a good thing I don't cuss and misbehave. So what happens is that this is Breaking Barriers. Breaking Barriers is shown every single Wednesday evening from 8 p.m. until I feel to go home or until my wife message me and tell me it's time to get out of the studio and come upstairs. Right? So basically, we have some people in studio here. And what I will do is that let us do this first. Right? Let us do this first. Because what happens is that it is something, very important. And I think that it should be done. But first, let me just welcome Tile Expression. But guys, what I will need, all you know I will need a white shot, right? So let me just grab a white shot. Right. Right. You ready? All right. Good. So let me just bring Lindy and Ma on here. Come. All right. Here we go. Right. So here we go. Now, right, give me a little close-up, guys. Give me a close-up. Right. So here we go. Right. So what I'll do, could we arrange the other camera? We'll organize the other camera for you on this side, all right? But you could come in a little bit. Come in a little bit. Oh. Right, good. Okay, there we go. Good, right, good. And I'll organize the other camera, right? Guys, let us organize the other camera for Mommy in the meantime, right? So this is, oh, no, don't cry, Lindy. Hey, watch me. Okay, watch me. Okay, this is Lindy. And what happens is that we assisted Lindy with a brace. And the brace just now, we'll show you a picture of the brace. But what happens is that Lindy is a little, because of all the lights and all those things, she's a bit scared because of the lights and things. Right? So here what to do. Let us, oh, you bought flowers for me? In 5 minutes time, we were able to raise 15,000 through one donor for Lindy to get her brace. And Lindy bought flowers for me. And I just want to make it clear, this is not for my wife. This is for me. Lindy, this is for me?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay, get back. Again, a back.
Give him a kiss.
Oh my goodness. That is a wet bubble.
And tell him thank you.
So, Grandma,
Yes.
how has it been? Because I am not seeing that smile coming off your face at all.
It's still priceless that we get this miracle for her and she could walk. The most important thing, she could walk. And thank you so, so very much. And the person who donated the money, thank you so very much. And God will always bless you all.
No, well, you see, this is what I say. One is that I was looking at, I don't know why I holding this mic up and I have a mic, right? I was looking at one of the newspapers and they have their yearly fundraisers and you're seeing like 5,000 and 6,000 being raised. And we raise literally millions and millions of dollars. And I've always said that we do this not for recognition because you ever see me get any Trinity Cross or anything like that? No. Any Shakunia Gold? No. Any Hummingbird Medal?
No.
Any recognition by President?
No.
Minister?
No.
Doctive?
No.
Well, you understand? And the thing is that I want no recognition. Now, this is Mom on the side here. Let me just talk to Mommy for a second. Come in, Mommy. Right, Mommy? How you going? You could hold on to the mic here. Those are the cramp patawi and you know. Oh, wait now, I'm feeling bad because I'm feeling so tall now. And it's feeling good because I am 5'8", so I kind of short. So I'm feeling good. You better come in the studio often. We have been able to make, and let me just say that I take no credit for this. This is a medium. This TV station, you want to be on the camera? All right, okay. Watch I promise I'll be there. I just let you know, right? Whatever bad smell you get in there coming from me. Because I use millionaire cologne. It's still a millionaire around, right? Yes. Or brute? Anyway, this, what we did here, I take no credit because we have some of the best viewers outside there. Like I tell people, we have doctors, lawyers, judges, magistrates, doublesmen, garbage men, the full spectrum of people watching this program. So this is why we are able to turn over things so fast and people get accountability here. You understand? I don't take the money and buy rims from a Range Rover. You understand? This money comes to you and of course, you know we received the funds and we wrote out a check for you, correct? Yes. Right, good. So tell us how you feel now, seeing Lindy walking now. And Nelly go to put this up for you to talk. No, seriously, no. That would have been real dotish, you know, here talking to the flowers. Anyway, go ahead. Oh my God, I need to go ahead. Yeah. How you feeling now watching Lindy talking? I mean, walking.
Well, it's a little difficult. It's like, for me, home is like, I have a newborn baby again. Because she will cry constantly. She will say, Mommy, my foot hurting because she's not accustomed to it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but she dad make a walker with it have wheels and he make it to she height. So you don't have to hold her hand to walk.
That supports her?
Yes. So she'll be able to still go to school. I went in school today and I confirmed with the teachers. Mm-hmm. She'll still be able to go to school and everything. So it's not keeping she back, but it's a little more difficult. And she cries with it on.
Yeah, notice she's very...
It's uncomfortable because as she foot was inside and now it's straightening.
Yes.
So it's in a way that it have to straighten. So that's how it is. But it's very uncomfortable for she, but she will cope with it.
No, and this is it, because what happened is that I saw a parent the other day with a child, and the child had a curved spine. And what happened is that I was telling the parent that it is better to correct this early, because what happens is that anytime somebody grows up with that, you don't know what damage has already been done.
Yes.
And what happens is that because we live in such a cruel world where children would make fun and poke and, laugh. But the thing is that what you need to do is keep reassuring her.
Yes.
Keep reminding her that, Lindy, here what's happening. You are not different. You are one of a kind.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, anybody could say anything, because at that age, what happens is that they may not take it on as much, but sometimes it gets stuck in his psyche.
Because she feel like she feel that it holding she back. Because, like, she cannot go in the hammock and swing as normal. She can't go and play as normal. She can't walk as normal. So she does, like, Mommy, I want to go and play with sister them. But she's normally go run, play normal. But she can't do it because she have to be more slower than normal.
No, well,
So-
what is going to happen, man, with my experience of getting braces for people, what we have seen, within a few months' time, the pain more or less subsides a bit. And what
Yes.
happens is that they become so comfortable with these braces that they start to run, they start to play, they start to jump with it. It almost becomes part of them.
Yes. And she is a very, very coward child. She does
She like your father?
She does afraid she fall a lot. So
No, because I
if
hear the
any-
father when he come outside, he say, God, this place dark, it's a babu. I hear he talking about babu running outside, you know what I mean?
So she real coward. So it'll take she longer than a normal. Like she not brave. She very, very coward.
Don't worry yourself. She will get out of that
Yes,
too.
yes.
You see, when they hit the teenage years, they just get brave. The hormones and start to they just get brave for all kind of thing. So therefore, right now, let them enjoy the little innocence that they have. But believe me, when it's time for them to break out, you got to use rope to hold them back. You understand? Look, Moody recently break out and watch how he does behave now. He takes 75 years to break out. Right? So on behalf of all of us, my team at IBN, on behalf of our program, I would like to thank you for giving us the opportunity, because you may not know, we didn't do you a favor, you know. You did us a favor. And what happens is that in my religion, we are taught that benefits will come to us because of what we did. And if we did not act on a child that is in pain and suffering, we will be held accountable. So for me, that is a gift you all gave me. And what happens is that I am reaping benefits, and the viewers and the donors, for what we constantly do. And I would like to thank you again.
I'd like to thank you too, person that donated as well. Thank you very, very much. Without you all, she would not have a brace and she would not be able to walk. I mean, it will be a couple of years, but she will be able to walk as normal.
It is our pleasure, and I thank you so much.
You could read the postcard.
Yeah, good. I could read the postcard, but here, let me see. Was she drawing it? Yes. You draw the postcard, Lindy? Thank you so much, baby. All right, let me see here. Oops, here we go. All right. Thank you. On behalf of Lindy and family, we would like to say thank you for your help. Without your help, it won't be possible. Now, Lindy has a chance of walking normal. May God bless you and continue doing and helping others. Thank you from Lindy. And it's here happening. This postcard, what I'm going to do is that I will take a photo of it and I will put it on my Facebook page. And of course, I will be taking a photo of Lindy. I would take a screen grab of Lindy for my video. All right. So again, thank you so much, Mommy Lindy. Thank you so much, Mama Lindy. And thank you, Lindy. All the best. Thank you so much. I love the card. Thank you so much. All right. So we're going to get back. You want to keep my... Wait. You're coming to give me a hug up? Okay. No. Right. Yeah. What? Fantastic. Good stuff. So, again, just hold out the assistant to the assistant. Thank you so much. Flowers is really look good, you know. Even in front of something real ugly, flowers is look good. Yes, you mind? Just grabbing my flowers there. Thank you so much. I'm going to put this on water right now. What is that is if Wasa allow me to have. All right, so again, keep that card. And what you could do, you can scan it and send it to me. Yeah, scan the card and send it to me, the front and the inside. All right, so great. So what happens is that, let me just welcome Neil Shaw's Auto Parts. And again, I would like to thank Lindy and family for passing in and for relaxing with us and for showing us the improvements that Lindy is making. And we wish her all the best. And we hope that that brace is removed, not in 2 years' time, but in a few months' time. You know, because what happens is that, and Lindy, what happens is that because she's a bit scared and this thing is on her, she doesn't have the confidence that she wants, but that is going to come soon. Anyway, let's get rocking and rolling. This segment brought to you courtesy Neil Shaw's Auto Parts, suppliers of European car parts, and you're talking BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Jaguar, Volvo, you name it, any parts. All you could relax and watch the program is no problem. We are charging all of entry. Right? So, first thing, I would like to offer condolences to my good friend Issa and Ishak. on the passing of their dad. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course.
Who I'm talking about?
Aslim.
Oh, right. Right, Aslim, who passed away, I know him very well. And one of the things that I remember Aslim was telling me was concern for a place that he normally goes and pray and how things are difficult and all that. And one is that he and I had a lengthy conversation. One is that, of course, as a Muslim, we normally say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajiun. And what that simply means is from God we came and to him is our eventual return. And then secondly, this period, within October, November, these are the period in which my own parents, my mother and father, passed away. My father passed away over 30 years ago. And of course, what happened is that, like I said before, I could boast that I have never met a man like my father. My mother, I have seen many like my mother because my mother have a fierce tongue like me. And every time I hear somebody quarreling, I remember my mother. In a good way, in a good way. What happens is that, but she's the one that gave me the push into who I am. Because she was the type of person never take no nonsense. But my father was the humble, relaxed one. He would ride his bicycle, never drove a car in his life. And what happened is that to say that I miss them now would not be lying. Because what happens is that you see children who grow up and you succeed at life, you succeed at family life. If you don't have your parents around, then you feel a sense of loss because you want to show your parents that, look, all that Katase gave me, it was worth it. It make a difference, you understand? All the both you gave me, it was worth it. I became something, I didn't become nothing. But the thing is that I have my brothers around, I have my eldest brother, Dinky, and I have my brother Nazim and others, and Rafiq and Shahid and all the others who are there, who have partnered with me in everything that we are doing. And of course, I appreciate that very much. And of course, my brother Ashmead, who is prepping for a wedding by the end of this month, his son is going to get married. So congratulations to my nephew Kareem, right? Long overdue Kareem, right? And don't forget, prepare your speech because I am the chairman, so you know what's going to happen there, right? So let's get the ball. Oh, one thing, Brandon Ramkisoon. We did some repairs to his roof, and I just have some pictures there, guys. You have the pictures of the roof. Remember, for those of you who assisted us with Brandon Ramkisoon's house, right, this is the area where that was leaking. So we completely did over that entire area there. And of course, I would like to thank Donnie and his team. And of course, last week I showed you the bills. So tomorrow we are going to purchase all the appliances he needs, and what we will do, we will make all those bills public so you could see what we're purchasing. But what I need is a recommendation of where should we go to get everything for him, because we ain't going to offend Mohammed, right? Because, you know, friend Mohammed have exquisite stuff. Our is that we need to save some money. It's good to purchase exquisite stuff, but one is that Furniture Plus, right? We'll check out who will get the best price, because the goal is to save some money too. All right, so that is the plan. Again, thank you so much. Guys, what's the update with Brandon, please? Give me the exact figure, please, that you all have inside, please. All right, my guys will check. All right, about $45,000. That's the close to figure, right? Because I will always round it off wherever. If I add 100 to it, does make a difference. All right, so let's get rolling now, and let's see. Oh, all you recognize that fella? All you recognize that fella told on the screen, right? Take a zoom in to that gentleman for me. This is Dr. John Barrett. This is the father of Vassan Barrett. And of course, you know, one of the things that I was invited to recently was a book launch by Dr. Barrett. Dr. Barrett you know, he used to, how to call it again, but he used to be a dentist in Val Park. And he had, actually, when I had now started dental repairs, Saif, I just sent something to you, right? When he was doing dental repairs, he put trust and faith in me to supply him with supplies as well as repair his equipment. And I would like to thank him so much. When he sold the place, he recommended me to Dr. Abdel. So again, congratulations to Dr. John Barrett, right? One is that I noticed that he's coursing the same hairstyle as me, right? So, again, all the best to you on your book, and of course, that is his granddaughter, right? One is that thank God the grandchildren take on Vasan's side at all, right? Vasan, none of them may take on Vasan's side. I don't know if that's Vasan's daughter, by the way. But here what happened. Thank God the children didn't take on Vasan's side. That is all I can say. Well, again in trouble for that one for sure. Right, but I would also like to congratulate my attorney. Now, these 2 book launches I was supposed to be part of because I was invited. And because my schedule so tough, I couldn't attend any of them. And I humbly apologize to Richard Jagisa and, of course, my good friend John Barrett. Of course, we had Richard Jagisa his book launch, right? Sailing the Magistracy, a general guide into the legal practice of Trinidad and Tobago. Young, brilliant man, and of course, watch me. That picture that come down and show the picture of Richard, please. That picture is not his real picture. It is very heavily enhanced, right? So that is not his real. I do this to spite him because I know Richard mother don't miss his program. So again, congratulations to my good brother, dynamic young man, Richard Jagisa. You know, boy, you have now begun to go places. All right. So let's start the ball rolling and let us see what we're dealing with this week. Let me just, right. I would like to congratulate these people. You see these people here? I pass and I see this man. Here what happening here? This is one of the few places that actually use a ride-on lawnmower. US Contractors Limited, they were cleaning out by Freeport there. And the way this fella worked, here what happening? There was no grass that was not the same height. So these people, I don't know if they are contracted for that area, but I would like to congratulate US Contractors Limited for a fantastic job. Well done, well done. Work like that, you congratulate. Let's go again, guys. We move with speed tonight. I would like to say a special thank you to these 2 old men here, right? Moody, and if you notice, right, Moody, notice they didn't use no unarmed around there, right, Moody? Yeah. Right, I would like to thank these 2 gentlemen, my brother Nazim and Uncle Moody, right, for the exceptional work they have been doing at Baraka Grounds. Well done, guys. Tremendous work during the course of this week. And, you know, as you could see, what happened is that I had a little fun on that ball to myself today. Right, we leave that right there. Right, let's go again, guys. Right, so I don't understand what is happening in this area here. Right, somebody could just turn the monitor a little bit so they could get a little preview too. Right, the guesses on them. Because they hear me talking and they see what I'm talking about now. So it's kind of unfair. Right, so I don't know what is going on in Freeport here. Yeah, right? I don't know what is going on in Freeport. But in this area here by Mission Road, right? Now you can tell a little more. By Mission Road, this place is turning into a madhouse where people park up how they want, where they want, when they want, and it's creating havoc. And nobody's doing anything about it. Now, what happens is that people are vending there, which I have no problems with. But the vendors are almost on the road. In case a vehicle were to run off the road, somebody will get killed down there. So before that happens, could we have some control in this area, please? Let's go again, guys. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. This Audi, he decided, PDD 3815, to drive like a Yayan, right? Now, this is by Monroe Road there. And you notice we have been highlighting this area, and not once have you seen a police set up there to do it. Watch out my partner blocking everybody now, boy. And these fellas and them, I really don't know. You know, I don't know if there's somebody car they borrow or what. And the Wing Road man is the same thing too. Right? PDZ 1251. Well done, guys. PDZ 1251. Yayan and Yayan Part 2. And then, of course, we have my boy who telling himself here that here what happening now. If them could do it, I could do it too. Overtaking. And you know what you have to stop right there. This vehicle is a vehicle you could catch your nenen to get parts for. Not only that, the parts are expensive. And what happens is that here, if anything happens, imagine police give you a ticket that is $1,000 right there. Now, my boy here and his girlfriend or wife decided that they had to join the party too. PCX, what number is that? 889, PCN. 8890 decided that they had to join the FET too as well. And not to be outdone is a fielder wagon. And of course, PBW 5838. Well done, guys. Well done. PBW 5838. Like I say, all these people, and you know what's the sad part about this? there are children watching these big hardback yaya and them driving. And what are they, and this is it, we adults create the problems that you see in many cases, Like, for example, some adults in the car and they're cussing, why do haul you so and so and so, and the child still on right there. What do you think that child going in school and say? You think that child going to talk about sewing machine when she says so and so? No, she learning from you, and this is the problem. When you with your child and you breaking the law, what do you expect? What do you expect? The same is going to be repeated. Let's go again, guys. Right. Regional corporations to get more teeth to go after errant contractors. You know what is so much go bahar about this? Let me tell you where is the problem. Number one, in the corporation have the biggest crooks. And who does encourage the contractors? Not the same people. Some of these chairmen in the corporation is the biggest crook they have. So who going after them? Who going after these chairmen and some of these older men and some of these councillors who collecting money? Who going after them? So what are we talking about the contractors? The contractors facilitate the criminal activities of the people in the corporation. Let's go again, guys. Superintendent Pierre. Now pause that for a minute. Right? Superintendent Pierre. You remember Pierre? Pierre was the same man that allegedly arranged to block up Baraka Grounds Road without consulting anybody. But I forgive him for that. Because the rest of the days went smooth. So I forgive him for doing something dotish, because you can't hold people in mind for one stupid act. But this one is a different story. I remember the Maxi, where the Maxi driver was beaten and a student. Well, that student is a U.S. citizen. Now, Pierre is saying here, no need for the U.S. to intervene. Now, this incident took place since October the 17th. We are in the second day of November. Correct me if I'm wrong? Yeah. Now, it is over 2 weeks, about 2 weeks now, and nothing has been done. Now, something like this, because remember, the gentleman may not have been able to give a statement, the Maxi driver, until after a few days. But this is something that should have been brought to the fore and dealt with within 1 week. So, I want to read this. The U.S. said that they will be careful not to act if their TT government and its law enforcement are already assisting the child. He said if the Form 4 student needs financial assistance, they will provide assist. Also, if the local enforcement officials are unable to identify the individuals responsible for the teen's injuries. Now, this was caught on every camera by them students and them. So it have nothing like you cannot identify. In Trinidad and Tobago, but we go deal more with that later on. Professor Knight said the embassy will respect the national jurisdiction on these matters and most likely work in tandem with local police and judicial system. Well, if they're working with the local police, they're dead. The judicial system, yes, there are some concerns, but at the end of the day, the law works. What happens is that the judiciary performs, especially when I win money from the state, it performs very well. The mother said all she wants is justice for her son and saying, ma'am, if you are a U.S. citizen, pack up and blaze trail. I tell you as it is. If you don't have anything to tie you down to Trinidad and Tobago, get out of here, because this place turned into a madhouse. Let's go again, guys. Now, I want you, this video, even though there is no blood, even though there is no shooting and no rotting, basically what it's showing you is a teacher. And this is all over social media. It was shown on TV stations too. But I want to show you where we have reached in this country, where a teacher have to hold on a child's head in a classroom because bullets were passing, and this is in St. Barb's. Take a look at this.
Be quiet, children. Shh. Down. Shh. Be quiet, children. The other side is answering that. Shh. Aisha, down.
This is where we have reached in this bloody country. This is where we have reached. And we have faith, according to Rowley, he have faith in National Security Minister Hines. Let me tell you something. I don't have faith in Heinz ketchup. You understand? Look at where we have reached, where children who leave their homes and go to school. A school is supposed to be a place of sanctity, a place of safety, a place where you go to learn and be educated, not to have bloody gunshots and bullets passing over your head. But you see, when you have someone like Rowley in charge of the national security apparatus in terms of the National Security Council, and you have Jacob as commissioner, this is no surprise. And I've said it before, and I will repeat it. And I'm going to say it bold-facedly right now. And Hoovex had luck. Go to Beetham right now, and you will see jumper cables giving electricity to people. They are stealing current. Nobody touched them. The day Inshan Ishmael decide to take an illegal collection, 52 TNTEC vehicles showing up here, and police coming to charge me. You see, there are certain people in this country who are untouchable. And they are untouchable for several reasons. One, they support the party in power. And the party in power and criminals work hand in hand. And I make no apology for that. Secondly, when you look at certain things being done for them, contracts, and with these contracts paid with my tax dollars, they are going to purchase more guns. They are going to purchase more drugs. They are going to empower themselves, courtesy the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Also, let us rewind. How many incidents have we had in Beetham? Where they blocked the road. Where they almost shut down Port of Spain and nearly burned down the whole of Port of Spain. How many of them were held and charged and brought before the courts with terrorism? I'm asking you a question. All of a sudden, that word terrorism out the door. When was the last time you all heard the word terrorism being used? But let me tell you something. If it was Inshan Ishmael, you know what would I do? I would be before the courts charged with an act of terrorism if I decided to do that. Because my religion and who I am automatically fits the bill. But you see, there are people in this country, because of who they are within the criminal fold, the police are afraid of them. Because you see, when Beetham protests, you can't go after them. Because you know why? If they go to get on, the police afraid. The police afraid. Imagine, the TTPS have to park up 2 vehicles in Beetham. All you ever notice in Port of Spain when you go in, it always have police vehicles. Why? Why? Because we put police here to guard the entrance to Port of Spain? No, because of people anytime they shut down, they will get robbed. They might get killed. And this is a reality. This is not something that we are saying that is a myth. Because at the end of the day, people's lives were almost lost. When stones were pelted, people were shot, their vehicles were shot. All you remember them days? And who was charged? So when you talk about all this nonsense about X, Y, and Z, let me tell you something. It all boils down to the police don't want to touch certain people in this country. Because let me tell you something. Why have they not locked down the whole of Beetham? Asking a question. Ask yourself the question. Why have they not locked down the entire Beetham phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, whatever phase it have? Block up the whole entrance. Block up the whole exit and search every single house. Why? Why? You know why and I know why. Because like I said, this is your political votes there. You're not going to interfere with that. Why do you do the same thing with Lavanti? Why do you do the same thing with Maloney? Why? Because it is your political support. You're not going to touch them. So how the hell you expect to get rid of crime? We have children on the ground, lying down on the ground. What is being burnt into the psyche of those children lying down on the ground there? You know what? We live in a hellhole. We live in Gaza. Because when you look at those children and what is being etched in their minds, it is not something good. It is not something good. And now we are hearing that they might want to teach online classes. This is how you solve crime in Trinidad and Tobago. You don't find, imagine in the city of Port of Spain and environs, people could shoot and you're hearing the teacher saying they answering back. Meaning that one side shoot and the other side answering back now. This is where we reach. This is not stick him up. Man pull out a AK and he's shooting from the window and the other one replying with a AK and I back and forth and where the police? The police afraid because they are human too, but not only afraid, we have criminals who are police, we have criminals who are superintendents, we have criminals who are the head of the police service in several divisions. Some of them running some of the biggest prostitution rings for the Venezuelans. Some of them thieving money from people and file going to the DPP and nothing is being done. But that is how we like it. Let's run, guys. Let me just pull back that, guys. Let me just welcome Automax Concentrate Degreaser now. This is a product that is tested heavily here. It's not like they sit down and they just say, let me throw this thing and it's a weak product. This degreaser is a heavily locally formulated product that matches the best outside there. So you could give Ali Motor Spares and Hardware a call and they will be able to organize samples where you could do some degreasing yourself and test it. For example, today, the kind of work we do, I believe that I needed to bathe with that degreaser dread. All right, so let's go again to the other slide. Prime Minister, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley says that, I really don't want to address this man respectfully, but I'll respect the office. Said the government has spent more than $80 million to install 2,500 CCTV cameras. Come back to me. I am asking a question here to everybody. Anybody hear about any tender for $80 million in cameras? Anybody hear the TTPS or the national security apparatus putting out a tender? Because here what happening, Adred. I know about cameras. I know about technology. I know the kind of equipment required to run cameras. Each camera with installation costing $32,000. And you know what? In 6 months' time, nobody are looking after it. Somebody pelt a big stone, bust the lens, cap it out, it dead. We have hundreds of cameras dead in this country. And nothing was being done. But we find $80 million. And let me tell you what is the hardest thing about this. And I'm asking everybody questions tonight. How many videos have you seen and the criminal faces have been shown committing crime? Haven't we seen literally hundreds of videos? For example, the Venezuelans and them who robbed the imam in Bamboo. Every one of them face, I call the police. We had information where they're located. We gave that information to the police at 3, 4 o'clock. The police show by the people place 7 o'clock. When they go on and they pack up and they probably reach in Venezuela eating 2 empanadas. That is where we reach in this country because the police, they are part and parcel of the whole structure of criminal activities in this country. How the hell you going to get rid of crime when the same people who are supposed to get rid of crime, they're more involved in crime? You have a senior man here, have a place gambling now. Every single week is gambling in the central area. What is being done? He's a senior man. Senior man. And that is what is going on in this country. But you see, like I said before, people in this country, we like it so. But let's get back that slide, guys. Right? Rowley, as head of the National Security Council, met with the divisional heads at the Diplomatic Center in St. Anne's amid the rising crime surge in the country. Now, here they say, PM Rowley said when he asked his senior officers what the government could do to assist in their crime fighting efforts, several of the heads said, now here they say, CCTV cameras would allow the TTPS to identify criminals. Now, I want to ask you a question. Again, how many times have we seen the criminals and not one have been caught based on the CCTV footage as far as we are aware? Police in Trinidad and Tobago, CCTV cameras have not helped them at all. Some of them might switch the channel. You understand? You put them to monitor, and next thing you know, it's bold and beautiful, they're watching on the monitor. You understand? This is where we reach because we know what's going on. Or you go in the room, it's empty. Them going outside cooking a duck. This is Trinidad. This is what has happened. Right? So anyway, let's go again to that slide, guys. In fact, he said the government intends to install even more CCTV cameras in the coming months. And the intention is to install another 2,500. There will be 5,000 public cameras in public spaces which are operated and owned by the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, in public spaces means that the government road will be monitored, the government buildings will be monitored. How many will be in hotspots? And I guarantee you, within 48 hours, is either they thief it, they shoot it up, they destroy it, or they take it and sell it. Watch and you go see for yourself. They dare not put that in hotspot areas because it gone the next morning. They will use helicopter, fly down and thief it. And we all know that. Saif, I'd send you something with Jacob and facial recognition. Let me know if you got that. Right? Right. Let me know if you got it, huh? Right. Jacob plans, right? This man plan, right. Let us get that for me, please. Right? Facial recognition to fight crime coming soon. Right? The acting cop. So come back to me. You know where's the hardest? All you know some of the senior officers in the police service who are criminals. All you don't need facial recognition for that. All you know them. But all you refuse to do anything. But yet it is. All you're talking about facial recognition? Facial recognition will work when you have people who are competent and not crooked and not bandits behind the system. But of course, TTPS is like license office right now. Right? Left, right, and center is all kind of madness going on. Right? So let's go again, guys. You know, every time I see this, zoom in, guys. Jacob, right? Right? Cop initiates more joint patrols for crime fight. I want to ask all here, anybody see any joint patrol in the last 2 years? No. None. So what he talking about fresh? We have a stale patrol, much less a fresh one. So I don't know what gobar he talking. Right? Let me go back to that front page. Right? Zoom in again. Increase police presence in communities. 60% of the police vehicles down because they have not paid their bills and police vehicles cannot go back out on the road. Instead of buying the cameras, they should pay off their bills. But like I said, when you have idiots all over, this is what has happened. Access to businesses' CCTV cameras helping. So you know what they're saying there? That people who have cameras and have businesses, when they provide their footage, it helping the police. That is a story by itself. Anyway, yeah, that one, we will deal with that a little later. Right? So what we're going to do is that before we hit Bill to last, we need to take a break because it's 8:40. Remember, you're watching Breaking Barriers right on IBN Channel 8. This program is shown every single Wednesday with a repeat on Saturday. And of course, you can contact me on 6844762. That's my WhatsApp number. And I just want to say something. Huh? I have been inundated with calls. Some people in Trinidad, I don't have money to pay my light bill in Trinidad. I don't have money to pay my phone bill in Trinidad. I don't have this in Trinidad. My bathroom need fixing in Trinidad. The roof of my house gone. And it's not that I don't want to help, but I unfortunately do not own a bank. But the worst I came across recently was a young lady, and I'm not calling her name, and I'm not going to say from what area, so I wouldn't target anybody. But the worst I came across was I got a call from a young lady who told me she have no groceries. No groceries. She called me back and she said, you know, Mr. Ishmael, I don't even have the personal items for women. I don't even have that. Well, that was the last one in the camel's back. When I hear them kind of thing, I have to move one time. So my intention was to give her $1,000 to assist her with the expenses, etc. Right? I'm not taking away my blessings here. I'm just telling you the story. I arrived at Baraka Grounds and the young lady was waiting for me. She came up to me with her phone, and she was texting me that she was here. So I said, well, WhatsApping me that she was here. So I said, wait now. She have data? Because she's not hooked up to our Wi-Fi in Baraka Grounds. So she has money to put data. Okay, I'll bypass that. She come with a what looked like a brand new Fielder wagon, a H. Right, a H. She took a taxi. So I asked her the question, I say, how much did it cost for you to come to Chaguanas? And by the way, from where she came from to Chaguanas is less than 5 or 6 miles. Less than 5 or 6 miles. She paid $150. $150. All you tell me if she value money. Her tail was too lazy to go and take a maxi and go and reach to Chaguanas, which would cost her $10. And then probably take a taxi to Baraka Grounds, another $10. $20 one way. But she preferred to pay $150 because you know why? It takes no effort from her because her tail is too lazy to collect money. She ain't get no $1,000. I gave her $400 and I say, hey, what happened? $150 is for the taxi, the balance is for you. Blaze trail one time. You don't understand the meaning of money. And that is how I just drop it. Because people in this country apparently have a bad habit. Now, there are cases that we would help in medical and we would love to help. But of course, there are those people who are con men and con women outside there who trying everything. For example, there's a man and a child who go around with an Almira. For the last 5 years, that child needs surgery. And it's not even their child. And police can't do nothing about them up to now. That is where we reach. All right, so we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll continue. We'll build till last. We'll be back right after this break.
No more games. You always break the table when you lose. Promise? 41-10 Jigsaw. Watch it. Don't you dare. Ronix.
At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest variety, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 4808-715 or visit us at Warrenville, Canoopia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Southern Main Road, Canoopia.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CCTV IF systems and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
And welcome back. Of course, you're watching Breaking Barriers here. Let me just, let me hail out Shumati. And Garib, a.k.a. the ghost from Arangwes, always tuned on. Thank you. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Right, good. All right, and let me hail out. Good. I get a little thanks ever so much from John Barrett's granddaughter. Thank you so much. And let me just run through because sometimes I get urgent. Right, somebody asked my personal question anyway. Anyway, this is Built to Last, and of course, Built to Last is where you can get home construction for $540 per square foot, which includes everything you see in the aluminum windows, which do rust, like them long time window, and then when you open it, it fall out. Right, you're getting aluminum windows, again, enclosed garage, you're getting security doors, you're getting, you name it, soak away. Give them a call, because here what, you know, these days that have people that just do things for you, and what means that is for long. I see a decking for long already too, you know. With bamboo that was holding it up, it was not easy at all. So make sure that you give them a call, and they could supply things like decking sheets and because they manufacture as well. Not only that, they manufacture some of the best quality sheeting, roof sheeting that you can get. Built to Last, 299-4079. Let's go again, guys. The Police Service Commission launches 2020 surveys of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Here what they want to know. Citizens' satisfaction with the police service. Trust and confidence in the police service. Police legitimacy and fear of crime. You know, this is what I tell you, you know. We have people who living in Mars in this country, you know. So the Police Service Commissioner watching news every night. They don't be on social media. They don't understand that 99% of this country have no faith in the police service now. What happened? What we want all to do, forget this survey. Get rid of Jacob and put a new commissioner now. That is what we want. All studying survey. Who the hell studying survey now? But what the hell is this? Boy, I feel it's family feud them talking about. In this survey, so-and-so people say so-and-so. What the jail happened to all you, boy? All you serious? Look at what is taking place in this country right now. And all you tell me if all you should be focused on a survey. All you had to be eating stupid biscuit. All you can't be serious. Children running from bullet, children lying down in classrooms from bullet, and all you studying survey. Man getting killed left, right, and center. People getting killed in Grop. And we have the best national security minister that any country could wish for. Right? The best. In fact, he is the bestest. You can't get besser than he. What I really want to say, boy. Let me just welcome RPM Express Couriers. And remember, folks, RPM Express Couriers is reminding you that as the time is getting closer to the busy period in December, when everybody does want to show appreciation to everybody, all you need to start to organize early so that all you don't get tied up with the rush. Right? So remember, give them a call, 2244 RPM, and sign up absolutely free. Bestest service in the country. Fastest delivery. And of course, well, I can tell you, the rates, exceptional. All right, so let's go again. Let's run through, guys. There's Dumb and Dumber. The Downtown Merchants Association said there is a creeping sense of hopelessness about the current levels of lawlessness and crime taking place in the country. Right? But here what they say, we take encouragement and inspiration from the pronouncement of Commissioner of Police McDonald Jacob in advising his officers recently not to surrender in the face of serious crime. So them taking encouragement and inspiration from that. From Jacob telling his officers, all they do surrender to crime. Dumb and Dumber was the same people when we had a shutdown in 2007 against crime. The only place that was open was Port of Spain. So at the end of the day, I don't care about them because they have, here what's happening, their allegiance is to any government in power. At the end of the day, they don't want to open them out or do anything because here what happened, if they were serious, shut down Port of Spain. But they ain't going to do that because you know why? You're losing money. and they would not want to do that. How are they going to do that? They can't do that. Next slide, guys. The commanders, Hines said, gave commitments to the people. This is when Rowley had his meeting through the National Security Council that they are going to redouble their efforts. Let me ask you a question. So you call them in a meeting and them decide that they're going to redouble their efforts? So they didn't think about redoubling their efforts when 100 was murdered, 200 was murdered, 300 was murdered, 400 was murdered, 500 was murdered. They didn't decide to redouble their efforts before that. They decide that they will give that information now after it have a meeting. So they needed a meeting. And by the way, isn't it fact that you are supposed to do your best? So which means that if you're redoubling your efforts or doubling your efforts, it means that you were not given 100% in the first place. You were given 50%. Which means that all of it was being paid for doing what? Half-tail walk. That is what was going on. Let's go again, guys. Same slide. Right? Oh my God, here Hines. Hines said the police would continue to deal with gangs. Of course the police will continue to deal with gangs because the police and the gangs are no different. You cannot tell the difference between some officers. Look today I read an officer involved in land fraud. It have anything in this country, it have police don't be involved in? Drug trade, gun running, lending their uniform to Venezuelan God knows if it's prostitute or what, I don't know, at the end of the day. So, at the end of the day, here what's happening now. What really going on? What really going on? Let me go back to that. So, Hines say, boy, taking illegal firearms off the streets and increasing the presence, particularly in the run-up to Christmas when criminals seem to come into high gear. So, what we in right now, Brett? Hines, what, here, I like, somebody send my Hines number. Somebody, is one number I always get and I never store because honestly, I can't stand the man. Seriously, I do not hate people, but just the way the man does talk alone, that's getting upset, boy. He does sound nauseating. I really can't take him on. But tonight, I feel tonight I don't call him. Somebody send my Hines number now, please. Right, 6844762, WhatsApp my Hines number now. Let me call him. Right? And I'm sure he's a minister who going to send me it. Watch and you go see. Right, so because ministers and Rowley sit down right there right now. Let's go back to that slide, guys. We were talking about policing, heightened police presence, re-energized. So you're saying the police don't have no damn energy. And all of the divisional commanders and the heads of the various sections and branches indicated what they can do to contribute to creating an atmosphere of peace. So, come back to me. This is what I tell you. It's a shocking thing that here what happened now. You have a staff. And your staff not performing at all. And only during the meeting, you hear that they're planning to perform. Boy, get rid of all of them. But this is what I tell you. There are some senior officers right now who's supposed to be fired and are being protected. And these are fellas who carry big names, big titles within the Trinidad Police Service. Ask why they are being protected. Files gone to DPP, Police Complaints Authority, send documents, and up to now, nothing. Jacob doing nothing. Over a year now. And Jacob want to talk about finding criminals? Boy, hush him out there. Let's go to the other slide, guys. Watch them meeting. Watch who meeting here. Hines, Colmin Burt, Marvin Gonzalez, and Marvin Gonzalez is Minister of Public Utilities. Well, apparently you're going to get rid of criminals by shooting them down with water. Right? And of course you have Stuart Young there. This is the hope we have. Let's go again, guys. Let's go again. Other slide. Nah, hold that. Hold that one. Oh yeah, forget. Yeah. Oh yes. Here we go. Around 3 p.m. Right. Let me see. That's the. Oh yeah. let me see. A report at 10:23 at Sunset Cove, Laramie, the home of Rattan Jewelers, High Street, San Fernando. Right? Corporal Mohammed further reported that 4 male occupants of a silver aqua involved and all armed with firearms made good their escape. As a result, Acting Corporal Jaikaran, I wonder if that is Jaikaran, who was in court with my Shagonas matter, boy. He's a nice fellow, you know. One is a police wanted him to lie and then now. At the Command Center on Operations South, Central and Port of Spain Division, where the Port of Spain Task Force 06 was directed to pay attention to the Beetham Highway. So here it is. I don't need to tell you anything, right? Look where that vehicle come from. Could we go from the top? Could we go to the top, right? This incident took place where? La Romaine, right? And look where they say to look out for the vehicle, right? So when I say that it has certain areas full of crime, it's not something I say in the side of my mouth, right? So they said to look out for the vehicle by the Beetham Highway. And then the vehicle was intercepted where? By the John lights in Lavanti. So, exactly what I was saying early on, exactly what I was talking about, and up to now, you would realize that it is a fact. They wouldn't lock down these areas, right? They would never lock down these areas. And I'm just want to tell you, when you pass their man thief in current, and what happens is that they remain untouched. Man doing what they want and remaining untouched. But you see, when you have a government that empowers and gives strength to criminals and then appears surprised, why is crime happening in this country, boy? When you are the ones empowering the criminals, there should be nothing to worry about. Let me just welcome Extra Care Products, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up my phone lines early because I know for the last 2 weeks I have not done justice to my viewers by giving you an opportunity for you to express your views. So tonight, I know you have plenty. First off, I would like to ask, Mr. Jagisa, just hold on a second. Let me call my attorney one time. Let me call Mr. Jagisa one time, right? Here we go. I'll call him on my telephone here because if he see the studio number, he might not know it offhand. Something going wrong here? Like they block me from calling my attorney now, boy. But where the jail?
You have reached.
Huh? All right, let me just yes, no. Right, I'll send a number to your safe. You call that number for me. Let me find out about this whole thing with the Freedom of Information Act and finding out if, and here what they're going to say, they might say it's a matter of national security and they can't release the information in regards to the tender, who got the tender for those cameras. Because that is madness, $80 million. And you know what has shocked me in this country, boy? We will give that contract to one company.
You have reached the vote.
All right, okay. Well, then he's probably out of range or he's probably sleeping early, right? But we would give that contract to one person, whereas you could give a $10 million or a $5 million contract, right? And split it up so other people could live as well. But no, this is how we operate in this country, you know. And not only that, I went where it was, boy, and there was an area where we had an excavator digging. And this man with the excavator, he digging the top of the grass and dredging river. The top of the grass, you know. Almost nothing coming out in the bucket. And millions of dollars paid for this crookery. Millions of dollars. But you see, we don't know what to say. Guys, when we have some slides with some nice roads, boy. Saif, the pictures with the different roads from different locations. Right. Okay, good. Right. we could spend 80 million on cameras which will serve no purpose, but it have certain country areas in this country that are untouched. But you know what area? I'll mention it when we reach at that point. This is the condition. Let's go again, guys. Right, good. Distress at Penal Rock Road. Businesses, schools impacted by 7 landslides. Right? Right, come back to me. We'll deal with this afterwards. I believe we have Richard Jagisa on the line. Mr. Jagisa. Hello?
Hi, good night, Inshan. How are you?
Good night, Mr. Jagisa. First off, congratulations on the launch of your book.
Right now, I understand the Joke in Law is a bestseller, top of the shelf.
What really going on with you? You want to get in trouble this Saturday night or?
Right, true. Every day of the week. What's up? How can I assist you tonight?
Right, good. Anyway, you could bill me from the time you start to talk now. Mr. Jagisa, I am seeing that the police service spent $80 million on 2,500 cameras, which equates to about $32,000 per camera, including installation.
Right.
Do you know by chance, if we were to ask if any tendering and etc. went through for that, and could we get the name of the person who won the tender, do you think that the Ministry of National Security will say that that is under the purview of national security and they can't release that information?
Well, they could say that, but whether they are correct in law or not is an entirely different point. I think the simple, if you ask the question, very simply, who is the contractor? We were not asking for where the information is contained or how do we access copies of the videos. We're not asking for any issue that touches and concerns national security, in my opinion. If we ask who is the contractor who has already come and put up the cameras, I think that's a fair question. And I would argue, if the need should arise, I would argue that that's a public procurement issue. Public funds were used for this. A budget allocation was assigned to this. A vote was assigned to this sum. I just want to know who got the money at the end of the day. Simple question, simple answer.
Yes, but you know and I know that simple thing. For example, it is now 3 months since since my FOIA request. And what happened is that 3 months now and still when it should have been 30 days. So this might be something that might go into next year.
It might be, but I'll tell you something. Whether it come on this side of Christmas or next year for New Year's, they will get trouble in it if they don't respond on time.
Well, and let's switch gears a little bit. I told you something the other day, and I want to test it out. I told you that I want to take legal action against the Ministry of Works, correct?
Correct.
I want to go in 2 angles. One, for the destruction of my vehicle caused by potholes, and the other thing that I had spoken to you about. So I think it's about time. And tell me something, because when you look at what is taking place in this country, so Richard, what rights do citizens have when you see roads mashing up vehicles and we don't have no recourse? Do we have recourse or don't we?
The short, my personal opinion is there is recourse. The recourse may not be through the court, but there is recourse in the form of an opposition and your councillor and your local government and so
well,
on.
you talking about half-dead people there. You talking about people...
You're right. And why I will tell you that is this case that we had about 10 years ago, and that's where someone filed simply to say that WASA has a duty to provide continuous water, and the case was not a successful case because there is no statutory mandate that says WASA needs to provide clean drinking water, nor does it say WASA needs to provide continuous supply of water. So I'm using that case, which comes to the top of my head now as you ask the question. I'm using that case to say I don't know if really it will be a successful claim to say the Ministry of Works has to provide smooth roads. Now, personally, I believe that there are other avenues we can use. There's local government, there are your MPs, there are other avenues you can use if you are dissatisfied with any government service. In this case, I saw recently someone posted on Facebook, we have a pothole pandemic, and I subscribe to that view as well. You have a pothole pandemic and you have clowns in office. So you need to treat with both at the same time.
And let me apologize publicly for my absence at your book launch, because what is happening is that my schedule these days doesn't even allow me to spend time with my family. And I humbly apologize. How did things go, my friend?
It was excellent. I have some videos to send to you. You were missed, of course, you were missed.
Thank you so much.
But even in the rain and the storm, I believe we had an orange alert at the time. Would you believe we had to call in for more chairs? There was only standing room available by the end of the program.
Oh, you moved like them politician and them. You have a meeting for 10, but you invite 20.
No comment. No, I truly appreciate everyone that attended, and of course, even the people who did not attend, much like yourself and so on. I understand, and there will always be a place for you all at my table.
Thank you so much. All right, Richard. So I'll call you tomorrow and we'll talk further, my brother. All the best.
Before you leave, you might want to just consider, in relation to the national security issue, we have an anti-gang act since 2018, and we have a national security pandemic. We have a crime pandemic. Murder is crossed 500 and climbing this year alone. And we will talk more on it. Maybe you can talk about it before the show ends. But it's amazing that the Commissioner of Police and Hine and the Minister of National Security continue to be lost as to how to treat with crime in this country while you have legislation that gives you the power to treat with it.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Thank you very much, Mr. Jagisa. All the best to you, my friend. Say hello to the family for me. And of course, that was Attorney at Law Richard Jagisa. Discussificating as usual. Brilliant, brilliant young man. Let me just, all right, so let me take my second break now. Before we take our callers, we need to take our second break. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue. Remember, you're watching Breaking Barriers right here on IBN Channel 8. We'll be back.
No more games. You always break the table when you lose. Promise? 4110 Jigsaw. Watch it. Don't you dare. Ronix.
At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest varieties, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality bromate free, all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Canoopia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
Welcome and welcome back to Breaking Barriers, my friends. Of course, I get the number, you know. I can call. Right? Here yeah, let me just say hello, Jamil Mohammed from Barapo, always a viewer locked on. Thank you so much. And of course, let me hail out, there's so many people after, oh my God. Okay. Somebody said Tata on standby. Yeah, they better be on standby because apparently they don't watch TV6 with Alexander program. Hey, somebody make coconut bake by and showing off by better than mine by. All right, so let's go to our lines. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Inchan, good night.
Good night, my friend.
Inchan, concerning that camera contract by the Durava 40 million. But here is I have 2 quick points here.
What?
Concerning this whole situation going on with crime and in the country, Inchan.
Right.
Over a year has passed since Gary fit out our office. Nobody in there, if you have signed out on that Jacob, Not even the Police Service Commission ain't even doing nothing to remove the man, boy. What taking the service so long to remove that man, boy? They put in a Police Service Commission overnight in China. They can't get a commissioner, boy. In 6 months' time, they tell me I can't get a commissioner. And the Prime Minister in China, for being the head of the National Security Council and to see all this thing that taking place.
He should resign.
Country. Exactly my point. This is what I know when you take the words out of my mouth, boy. The man should resign, boy. Because he's a failure to the country, boy, in all aspects. The man just have everything falling apart in the country, boy. People suffering all over. The amount of home invasions taking place right now. And nobody can get FUL sign out, boy. Because they have a personal vendetta against Gary Griffith. And I noticed in China that Gary Griffith made a statement that the Prime Minister offering $45 million to lock up people in the opposition. If we don't have money to run the country, where he get $45 million to offer Gary Griffith to lock up people in the opposition?
No, but that is what Gary was saying in regards to being budgeted. That one is that at the end of the day, one is that calls for, we call for a criminal investigation in regards to that, because that alone raises some serious questions.
Well, let me ask you one thing before I go, right? Isn't that misbehavior in public office again from the Prime Minister in China?
Of course.
All right. You enjoy your night.
Thank you so much. And one of the things that we have to understand is that the Prime Minister believes that he's untouchable. And that is something that I have noticed about him, that he believes that he's above the law. He believes that, and one of the things that I want to always keep repeating is that the same people he talk about under Kamala that robbed this country blind, the same contractors, those same contractors right now are some of the biggest contractors under this government. And they are committing worst acts under this administration now. I've said it before, we have seen that this manifestation of the PNM is like the devil itself, right? The horns bigger, everything is worse under this administration. Let's go again, guys. Hello.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
What is the biggest single largest contributor to crime in our country, in any country?
Well, it could be the state.
Well, you don't think it's drugs?
No, well, what happens is that, remember, of course, drugs is, but remember, there's state-sponsored criminal activities too, because a lot of these fellas and them who actually involved in those activities, many of them have state contracts. But what happens is that along the lines of individuals and yes, drugs.
Yes, Inchan. So if everybody knows who is the drug dealer in the district and the 6,000 or 7,000 police we have living in Trinidad, they live in the same community as you and I, right? How it is they are not the people who know who are the drug dealers or where they are? Or is it that police have a hand in every drug block that have in any society?
No, well, I have always said it. Like, for example, in Bamboo here, we have police and we have drug blocking. The police here know where the drug blocks are. But you see, the police is only police outside of their area. They don't police within their own area, They just take off their uniform. When them reach home, them is no longer police. When they put on the uniform, jump in the police car, and they exit their community,
yes, but my have officers more senior to them who have a share in the block or who runs the block. But that's the reality.
That is
anyway,
a fact.
I know you're watching news tonight, but I want to relate a piece of news that I hear tonight. Well, Noel Garcia, I don't know, but that man should have been in a home for the age or something, Do you know that the state, the HDC, pays for water and electricity for 5,000 residents of Beetham and East Port of Spain, and that their rental is $100 a month, and they owe the state $47 million in rental?
But here happening, I said something close to that tonight, because the fact is that, imagine that, they're paying that and they're thieving current too.
Well, I'm trying to make sense out of this now. What is the reason of the thieving current too?
No, those are the ones that have illegal structures, and what they do, they put their jumper cable and they thief current. But T and Tech don't see that.
All right, I want to make mention of one more thing now.
Sure.
When did voter pardon start in this country?
Well, under the PNM.
When? You remember when?
Eric Williams days.
All right, I will call housing developments and tell you, Maloney, La Hawketta, Bonnet, right? Wherever the PNM was beginning to get weak, they started to put the people there.
And
now another thing, multi-story apartment building in Trinidad. What does that equate to?
Multi-story buildings?
Multi-story apartment building that the state has built. What does it equate to?
Well, what happens is that it automatically causes the properties around to lose value. That's one. And then also, you have characters who come in there who may not be too savory.
Well, that's what I said. It creates ghettos.
Well, in Trinidad...
But more people, more supporters you can put in one spot. If the building is 100-story high, that's about 500 votes you could have in one local land, you know.
But this is why they want to do it in San Fernando West. They want to do it in...
I'm glad you make mention of that.
And they want to do it in St. Joseph by using the farm, right? They're doing it wherever they feel. But what is that, like I tell you, people who vote PNM back in the power again, they need some serious, I'm talking about psychological help now, you know. I ain't joking because, as I said, thank you very much, caller. This is the worst. You cannot get worse than this manifestation of the present PNM. Let's go again, guys. Hello? Hello?
Yeah?
Yes, go ahead. You're live.
Mr. Ismail.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
Good night.
I just want to say a couple things, please, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
One, I just want to say that every ministry now is a PNM ministry, not just housing. Okay? And it goes all the way through the permanent secretaries and the powers that they have. They have delegated authority to hire and fire. And
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you totally.
In other words, the road company has been started, but it is non-functional, and yet every single day you have big projects being opened in every PNM constituency. The Prime Minister talks about equity. Now that is non-existent in the UNC or Indian areas. Okay, let's be frank. Third point is this: when the government seeks to build that multi-story, whatever, another La Hawketta or whatever it is at San Fernando there, where the schools are, it is really an extension of Mbaka there.
Go ahead.
$19 million is spent to build a walkover from Mbaka there to Old Lady Hills on the other side. And you can go there and for the day, 10 people cross the road, they all cross under the road and they don't even use it. 19 million. It's a red heron, a red elephant, no, a white elephant.
White elephant. No, but the thing is that you have two schools. How about expansion? How about parking for the schools?
Hold on. That's a school zone. Whether it's green zone or no zone, that's a school zone. If you notice from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill is a school zone. Sapa is appropriate for children to do whatever they have to do in their theater or whatever. It's fine. But it's a school zone. It don't have to be green, yellow, blue, or black. It's a school zone.
Well said.
No, watch it. A school zone, schools were built many years ago. They were built on hills, 5 acres.
Hello? Apparently somebody didn't like what you were saying. But you're absolutely... Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a school zone.
Right.
Just a school zone means that you want to have ample place for the school children to grow. And then you do not want to bring people into the area who will be shooting outside the school gate, who will be jumping over the school fence, who will be peddling drugs at the gates of the school. Why do you wish to extend Mbaka there inland? Extend it into the sea if you wish. But please, why corrupt this? Now, parents should take strict objection to this, not just the residents, because what you are doing, you're taking 5-year schools with the prospect of graduating with A-level and O-level graduates and scholarship winners, and you have decided that you're going to downgrade that institution because who are you going to put in these high-rise apartments for free?
I understand all your points and I thank you so much, but I need to move on from there. And you know, what happens that and just to answer a question, the Transport Commissioner gave permission to some license officers to have, sirens and lights and all that, but some of them abuse it. And what happens that, what I could tell you, under Clark, what I could tell you about things going good, things going real nice. In San Fernando, it's going even better. It's going even better. Go in San Fernando, and one is that you can get your driver's permit in less than 5 minutes' time. Better yet, man ain't taking no medical, one is that he ain't checking nothing, and you're good to go. And then it have fellas bringing out everything for you outside, the driving school. It have 3 driving schools, and next week I'll call the names of those driving schools who have been facilitating some of the biggest set of corruption in license office in San Fernando. Right? 3 driving schools. I will call their names next week. Let's go again, guys. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get onto the program. Please.
No, you're live. You're live right now. Go ahead.
Hello? Hi, Inshan?
Yes, sir.
Let's just assume that you decide as a young man to either join into the police service or the army or whatever.
Right. Okay, your call is very distorted. I'll just give you a second. Let us try and see if we can try this back. Hello, go ahead. Sorry about that caller. What happens that unfortunately your line, I do apologize, but what happens is that your line, the audio sounded a bit garbled, and of course to have kept you online would have been unfair to our listeners, and of course unfair to me, because I would have to translate garble, and I only translate that when the Prime Minister is speaking. Let's go again. Hello? All right, let's move over to our line. Hello?
Good night.
Good night.
Want to get on to Ishmael?
Yeah, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Good night, Ishmael.
Good night.
Okay, I've been listening to the program, and, it's so upsetting to see the crime in the country, right? And I really wish you could get rid of McDonald Jacob, because he is just a menace to society.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay.
Thank you very much, caller. Guys, could you show there's a development that is supposed to take place in Orupun? I had sent a photo of the property that they plan to do this development. Right, good. Look at that area. Watch that area. Now, all you know what's going up there now? This is in Orupun. Now, this is the plan. Could we get the other slide with the information? Thank you. Right? There's the reality of it is that area, they are going to put a community center, right? The whole country falling apart, but Gadahan studying to put a commercial area. The community of Orupun will soon be getting a facelift for the new year and beyond, as the government plans to spend $36 million to construct not 1, but 2 centers in the area. Where is this money coming from? And we have no money to fix road. And this is what I'm telling you. According to Urban Development Corporation of John Bego Chairman Noel Garcia, $14 million is to be spent to construct the Orupun Community Center. Come back to me. $14 million for a community center now. $14 million for a community center in Madrid. This is what I tell you. I really don't know, I really don't know why we continue to take this nonsense, We are really a bunch of fools in this country, Let's go back to our lines again. We'll take 2 final... Oh, we lost that caller. We'll take 2 final callers. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello, good night. Hello, good night, yeah.
Yeah, good night, sir.
Yes, good night, Mr. Khan.
Ishmael, you're changing my name?
Good. Sorry about that, sir. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Ishmael. The pleasure is mine to be able to get you to your program.
It is my pleasure to have you on board. Go ahead.
Right. I've been listening to the other contributions, and
Go ahead, listen to your telephone, not your television, please, because you'll get a bit tired.
okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, understood. And I want to make a quick point.
Go ahead.
Now, the future of our country is one of its most important resources, which is human resource, right?
Correct, 100%.
And our children, which is the future generation, is another most important human resource in the country.
Correct.
But nobody, I don't know if it's older people listening to the program or to all the other programs that I listen to, but we're not hearing nobody crying out about the removal of rights of parents to correct their children. And this is what is mashing up the foundation of our future Trinidad and Tobago. This is why the crime rate has escalated to what it is now, because the rights of parents to discipline their children, even in the schools, has been removed.
No, but
and we think that we need people to stand up. Let we put proper things in place for disciplining of children.
Hold on 1 second. Let's put a pin there. I have went to communities where the adults smoking weed in front of the children, right? Where the adult not working, but he have a car and he have the most expensive shoes. You don't think the children who live in that home know that their blasted father is a thief and a smart man? You don't think so?
Mr. Ishmael, that's now. Let me do stray from the from the point.
No.
The point I am making is the removal of corporal punishment, especially at school level, has disintegrated the discipline of children across the board in Trinidad and Tobago, and something needs to be done about that, because not even the teachers, they have been stripped of that power to be able to deal with children even in the primary school level. And it is deteriorating. The education system is also deteriorating. Now, if we want to talk about changing crime, this is where we have to start from.
Hold on 1 second. Firstly, let us use examples in Trinidad and Tobago. Let's use Success Laventille. Let's use Chaguanas North. Let's use other areas. You think, hold on 1 second, do you think that any teacher could touch any one of those students? Let me tell you something. Teachers have been threatened with death. Parents come in school to kill teachers. It's not like long time when corporal punishment could have been put in place, you know. Nowadays,
well, Mr. Ishmael, let me rephrase what I said. I said the proper lines of disciplining where children is concerned, it needs to be reformed. You cannot just take away, because that taking away of the foundation. I mean, yes, we want to get away from the slavery mentality of beating and licks, but nothing proper was put in place after the taking away of that.
I agree with you 100%.
That is not fixed in this country.
I agree with
crime and the escalation and the type of crime that is happening, it will not change.
Okay, hold on.
Let me forget the fact.
Hold on, caller. Let me ask you a question, right? Because we are going down. We are going down a road, and I want to ask you a question. Why is it that 99% of the school violence, there is only one ethnicity involved? Answer that question. Why?
Mr. Ishmael,
No.
I do not want to get into
No.
I do not want to get into race.
Hold on. Caller.
I'm speaking on a broad spectrum.
Caller, no. I don't want to speak.
To me.
Caller.
Listen.
Oh God.
Discipline
Caller.
does not.
Caller. Let us go back.
Discipline does
Caller.
not have a race barrier.
Caller. let us go back to the
Discipline.
fact. I am asking you a question, and that question is, why is it that 99% of the school violence involves one ethnicity? Is it that one ethnicity?
And that is not totally true.
That
that
it may
is
not be
totally true.
99%.
It is
It
not
may
totally
be,
true.
caller, it is over 95%. And here what happening, show me otherwise. Show me otherwise, because I get the videos.
So, Mr. Ishmael, wait, that's now. So we're trying to tell, we're trying,
I ain't trying to tell you nothing. I am telling you.
Because it's one race.
I am telling you,
can be
caller,
dealt with?
I am telling you, I'm not trying to tell you that a lot of the problems.
That, of course, that in itself is the wrong approach.
But that is a factual approach.
Because if the future of the country is of both races, how could we single out one race because it's 99%?
Okay, hold on.
In school violence,
hold on.
Something to do with that.
So let me, so then I must come on air and I must lie to please people. I must come on air and say something totally false that is not true. To please you and to please other people. Let me tell you something, whether we like it or not, 90% plus of the school violence and even the African community, people like David Mohammed and others, have admitted that it is their community that the problem lies the most. I am quoting facts.
We're not speaking about the quoting of the facts here, Mr. Ishmael.
Okay.
We're not speaking about the quoting of the facts.
So let us forget the facts.
We are speaking about trying to get things in place to correct the wrong.
And why is it only...
the wrong. So what we do, we're going and just go down the wrong road because it's 99% of one ethnic background?
No. What you have to do is that you see this dotishness with women married in a set of donkey who have their pants halfway down the bottom. That has to stop. You see this thing about the child father and the child mother? That have to end. And let me quote statistics again. When we give out assistance to people, even within our community, 90% plus of the women belong to one ethnicity, and 95% of them are single mothers who admit that they married idiots, that they made wrong decisions because the fella turned. And this is a problem that has to be addressed.
Mr. Ishmael.
Apparently you're afraid of facts.
I do believe you just make them statements on national TV.
Brother man, hold on.
A man who I look up to.
Wait. Pause.
That is the statement you make on national TV.
I will make those statements again because it is factual. I am telling you what I experienced. So you want me to lie? You want me to come on TV and lie? Those statements are based on fact. My experience.
So the removal. Okay, so answer my question. The removal of corporal punishment within the schools and parents having the proper right to deal with their children, that was a good thing.
To me,
that's because that's the initial question. I want to know if that was a good thing.
Hold on. I'm keeping you on air over my time. But let me tell you something. At present, teachers and people and principals would be more at risk if corporal punishment was instituted in the schools. But here what's happening. Let us talk about parents taking care of their children when they're home now. All you want the teachers and the principal to be the mother and the father. How about being the mother and father when they're home?
That is the whole thing. So if it is, that's not like no quarrel.
No. I hear what
Let me have a dialogue.
No, caller, because
it is that parents are to correct their children at home, right? Parents are to correct and discipline their children at home. But when disciplinary actions are taken at home, then it might be a problem. It might end up in the station under child rights because they might think that is abuse. This is the point that I am making. The heads of this country, they did not the heads, they're not sitting down and thinking about the proper approach to children, and children are the future of this country. So if we just say that 99% is a certain ethnic background, then we don't have no forward.
How we don't move forward? Hold on.
Good night,
You
Good night, Mr.
need
Good night, Mr.
all the best to you folks. But at the end of the day, if you do not identify, here what happening, you have 4 tires in a car and 1 bad. So what are you going to do? You're going to fix the tires that good? Are you going to fix the tires that good? Nobody is saying that they have a problem in my community. Let me tell you something. As somebody who is an Indian, yes, there are problems. But when you see the videos coming out, let us face facts. The African community have spoken out. The radio stations that are Afrocentric, they have spoken out and have admitted that it is a problem within their community. And if you don't understand that, then you are part of the problem. And as I stated before, everything that I've stated tonight is based on factual information. It's not something that I would come out and just spew. It is based on fact. Last caller. Hello? Hello? All right. We leave it there. Right? So, yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Caller, you preach and you said the truth, and the truth offends. Yes, what you said is the fact.
But there's no denying it.
That's it. It is the fact. It is a fact. And I think he just wanted to get a national TV. Good night, Ishmael. You're well preached there.
All the best.
Thank you
And this is something that I've always said. I am not into making up stories because, quite frankly, I am not going to quote a statistic to label an entire community. Because for me, the same people who talk and want to protect are the same people who do nothing for their community. So the sad reality is that if we were to say, boy, you can't say that, because here what's happening is a problem. You can't say that on national TV. If I am speaking bloody facts, if I am telling you that I deal with 400 people, and out of the 400 people, 395 people are single mothers belonging to one ethnicity, and it's the same thing. They have 2 children, 3 children, 4 children, and the man ain't nowhere wrong. It is because I speak from a position of fact. You understand? And how we solve that problem is that parents have to take responsibility. This thing about our father having 6 and 7 children all over the place, that has turned. This thing about women closing their eye and marrying a set of idiots. Fellas who have their pants halfway down the bottom, or fellas who have nothing, and here happening, their whole mouth light up with gold teeth, and they have no future. At the end of the day, parents need to let it straight. Let me tell you something, and I said this before. My son got married. My wife and I, we gave approval for it. You think my son going to bring up any drag-up thing in we house? You making joke or what? But they have homes in this country. They could bring in rat, they could bring in dog, they could bring in cat, they could bring in anything. And nobody don't care. You need to set the example for your home. What is allowed in your home, you should say what is allowed and what is not allowed. And this is what parents need to do. But all they're talking about school. All they're talking about what? About corporal punishment. But your very home, the child watching your teeth, the child watching your drink, the child watching your cuss the neighbor. No, that is not a problem. All you want the teacher to be the parent. All you want the teacher to teach the children what you should be teaching your children. You think any of my children can get in any fight and go on social media and have their bra, everything outside? Man, you making joke. Just the very song that my voice should have them trembling. And that is the kind of dotish parent I am. I real dread. You understand when I tell I dread? I dread. So the fact is that, yes, we don't know what is in store for us tomorrow. Or we make children, or we don't make their minds. And I've said it before. You can have priest, pandit, or imam daughter. Some of them just do real dotishness. And you don't know what children doing behind our backs. But children will be children. Because we were never perfect when we were young either. So at the end of the day, we don't expect them to be perfect. But don't come on national TV and say that what? That corporal punishment had to come back. At the end of the day, try and beat a child from a bad John school now. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. You could go and touch any one of those children, boy, their parents will come home and pop you. That is how bad it is. You think if I was a teacher, I gonna play stupid and hit anybody child? You mad or what? Corporal punishment in school, discipline your child home, and that don't only mean licks. Right? At the end of the day, there are other ways to discipline. The best way to discipline a child these days, take away their phone. Take away their phone, take away the Wi-Fi. They just get stupid one time. They doesn't know what to do. They just start a circle like Kobo. Anyway, that's it. We have reached the end of this program. God bless you. And I've always said on all my programs, everything that I say on this program is based on fact. Right? Fact and fact and fact. And those of you who have a problem with it, hard luck. I'm sorry, but that is the way I rock and roll. All right? God bless you, and I'll catch you Saturday. There's a repeat of this program. Also, you can catch me Wednesday for our next episode. And we have, actually, Tuesday is a holiday as well. This Christmas period, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday holidays. So it's 4 days. So you know what's going to happen there? 15,000 people went to Tobago for the carnival on domestic flight to Cal. 15,000 people. You know, if you ask for people to get together, them same 15,000 people will find it too hard to come out. And this is a problem in this bloody country. People want to sit down on their tails. Like I tell you before, thousands and hundreds of thousands of people affected by that traffic every day going south. And everybody shut them out and just take it. Burning gas and just take it. While ministers home cock up their foot and eating caviar and eating lobster courtesy your money. This is what I tell you. We're real dotish in this country. I tell you dotish. We are joke dotish, you know. Anyway, all the best, folks. I'll catch you at Baraka Grounds. And let me tell you something. One of the things I could say about Baraka Grounds, 5 years, we have never had an incident. People are still park up by the road and take chances buying food these days. I see that people are be buying food by drain and then where the drain smell and stink, where the people looking dirty. I don't know how others do that, you know, really and truly. I really don't know. All you need to come down to Baraka Grounds with the family and really see what cleanliness and is about. All right, so I'll catch you this weekend at Brilliant and at Baraka Grounds. Take care. Assalamu alaikum and good evening.